Assalamu alaikum. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about functions. This is not only applicable to IGCSE 0580, but any other IGCSE and GCSEs. So let's begin. For function, you need to know four things. One is they will ask you to evaluate or calculate when the x value is given to you. This is the easiest one. The other is if a function is equal to a number or another function. The third case is composite function, and the last is inverse function. Given the function f of x is equal to x squared minus 4, find the value of f2 and f negative 3. This is very easy. F of x has been given to you. Therefore, f of 2 means we replace the x with 2. The answer is 0. F of negative 3, you will get 5. In the first instance, if you had not put the bracket, it will have been okay. You will still get the same answer because it's a positive number. But in most of the calculators, if you put a negative 3 square minus 4, we are not putting a bracket here, the answer will be negative 13, which is wrong. So remember to always put a bracket, especially if there's a negative. Now moving on to the next one, when our function is equal to a number. We'll do a couple of questions here to see how to solve it. G of x is equal to square root 4x plus 1 and g of x is equal to 5. It means square root 4x plus 1 is equal to 5. Whenever you have a square root and you want to remove it, the other side you square it. So 4x plus 1 is equal to 25. Now this is a linear equation. You just have to find the value of x. The plus 1 will move to the other side, will be a negative 1. 4x means 4 multiplied by x. When we shift the 4 to the other side, it will be a divide. X is equal to 6. Let's do one more question. In this question, we have h of x is equal to 1 over x plus 1 and h of x is equal to 4. Find the value of x. Again, they are equal to each other, therefore we can write 1 over x plus 1 is equal to 4. 1 over x is equal to 3. You do know that the x in the denominator means that 1 divided by x. So if I shift the x to the other side, I will get 1 is equal to 3 multiplied by x, which is 3x. But we want to find x, so x will be 1 over 3. The 3, when we move to the other side, will go in the denominator. X is equal to 1 over 3. The next question is a little bit more complicated. We have a quadratic equation here. So the function of f of x is equal to x squared minus x and g of x is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 12. A, solve the equation f of x is equal to 6. So what is our f of x? X squared minus 6. Minus x, sorry. And that is equal to 6. X, you can see that this is a quadratic equation. Bring the 6 to your left hand side. Make it equal to 0. You can solve this either by using the calculator or factorization method or quadratic formula, completing the square, whichever way you want to solve it. You will get, if you're using the calculator, you will get x is equal to 3 and x is equal to negative 2. Always write it in a factor form. By that I mean the 3, move it to the left hand side. It will be x minus 3. And the negative 2, when you move it, will become positive 2. So the first thing, you write it as a factor. And then you write the answer that you got. X is equal to 3 and x is equal to -2. So we are done with A. For B, solve the equation f of x is equal to g of x. So this is our f of x. We are going to make it equal to our g of x, which is x squared minus 3x minus 12. Bring all the terms on one side. X squared minus x, the positive x squared will be negative. The negative 3x will become positive 3x. The number you can leave it on the right hand side. X squared minus x squared will be cancelled. Negative x means there's a 1 here. Negative 1x plus 3x will give us 2x is equal to negative 12. Divide the negative 12 by 2. X is equal to negative 6. Now we are going to solve composite function questions. We have been given f of x is equal to 3x less 1 and h of x is equal to 6x squared. A, find f of fx. If there is x and not a number like these questions, then we have to first, what is outside f of x, right? So write that first, 3x plus 1. Then the inside one is f of x. So wherever there is x, you remove it and replace it with your f of x, which is 3x plus 1. Expand the bracket, it will be 9x plus 3 plus 1, which will be 9x plus 4. So this is our answer. For B, we have f of hx. Again, write the one which is function which is outside, which is f of x, 3x plus 1. Now erase your x and replace it with h of x, which is 6x squared. Expand the bracket, 3 multiplied by 6, 18, x squared plus 1. See, it's easy, it's not very difficult. Moving on to C. If it is a number, we can solve it in another way. You have h of h, negative 2. So first, you can find h of negative 2. We go from inside to out. So this is the first thing we will be doing, h of negative 2. You have 6x squared as h of x. In place of x, substitute negative 2. And remember, bracket. This will give us 24. After this step, you want to find h of h negative 2. So now we are looking at the other function of h. In place of x, substitute 24. This will give us 3456. Let's try another question. Now the D is h of f of negative 2. So remember, we go from inside out. We find first f of negative 2. So 3x. In place of x, we substitute negative 2. You will get negative 5. After this, in h, which is 6x squared, in place of x, we substitute negative 5. This will give us 150. Moving on to E. H of f of 2, 5. So first we find f of 2, 5. In the function f of x, in place of x, we are going to substitute 2 over 5. This will give us 11 over 5. And now substitute in the function h, in place of x, 11 over 5. So we have 6x squared, 6 bracket 11 over 5 square. and you will get 726 over 25. I hope you're understanding the topic a little better. And now for the last one, finding the inverse. Finding the inverse is very easy if you know your basic algebraic concepts, if they are very clear to you. F of x means y. So the first thing you do is write in place of f of x, y. Expand the bracket. The only thing you need to remember is this is x and you have to make the subject. So x has to be alone, everything to the other side. We first shift the plus or the minus. So y plus 6 is equal to 3x. This is a multiply, 3 multiplied by x. When you shift the 3 in the denominator, you will write it as y plus 6 over 3. Now that your x is alone, in place of x, you write f of x. Sorry, we write f inverse, we put a negative 1 x. This is called the inverse. Then, in place of this y, write x. So it will be x plus 6 over 3. This is question number B. Y in place of f of x, I wrote y. And we have to make x the subject. When you have a multiply or divide in a fraction like this, the denominator you move to the other side, it will become a multiply. You have 2y is equal to 2x plus 9. Then we are going to shift the 9. It will become 2y minus 9 is equal to 2x. And then the 2 with the x. We can write it in the denominator. Now that our x is by itself, in place of x, what are we going to write? F inverse x. And in place of y, we are going to substitute x. So 2x minus 9 over 2 is your answer. This can be a little bit complicated. First, we remove what is in the denominator to the other side. So y bracket 4 minus x. We are multiplying. Expand the bracket. 2 multiplied by x is 2x. And 2 multiplied by 1, 2. Expand this bracket also. 4 multiplied by y is 4y. And x multiplied by y will be negative xy. After this step, bring all the x's on one side and everything else on the other side. So 4y minus 2 is equal to 2x. This, when we shift to the other side negative xy, it will become positive xy. Now you've got, sorry, by mistake, I wrote 2y. It will be plus xy. Now we have got two x's. So how can we work forward with this? We need to factorize it. Factorize the x out and you will be left with 2 plus y. Now it's a multiply, move to the other side. You can write it in the denominator. And here we have x alone. So this x will be written as f inverse x. And wherever there is a y, we are going to replace it with x. If you know changing the subject, then this inverse thing becomes very easy. I hope that I've been able to help you. If yes, do subscribe to my channel, share the video with your friends, like the video, and leave a feedback. This video will be followed with exam questions from paper 2 and from paper 4. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.